welcome to Local Edition on Time Warner Cable. I'm Steve Swatt with the Sacramento Report. In the next few minutes, we're going to talk about efforts at the state capitol to boost career technical education. My guest this segment is Rod Wright, a member of the state senate from Inglewood. Thank you very much for being with us.
Thank you.
I recall seeing a survey a couple of years ago that indicated that roughly 1/3 of our high school students drop out. Another 1/3 go on to a four-year college after graduating. And another third, they get their diplomas, but they're not really prepared for the world of work. And part of the problem, it seems like, is so many of these folks are falling through the cracks because they're on an academic track when perhaps they should be on a different track.
Yeah, somehow along the way, we've got this attitude that if you don't go to a four-year school, that you somehow failed. That being a plumber or being a mechanic or being a carpenter is somehow less than. I contend that law school and a trade school really do the same thing. They prepare us for jobs. And there's nothing wrong with it being in a trade.
So the problem in California, you see, is perhaps a curriculum that is not user-friendly for a lot of our students, shall we say?
Right. We pretty much said that if you're not going to college, if you're not really putting yourself into a course of study to go to the UC, that you somehow failed. And we're finding that the response from many of the students is that I don't want to be here anymore, and it accelerates the dropout problem. We have an ROP system, regional occupation programs, where young people are able to go to school part of the day, and they actually work in the occupations. Their graduation/completion rate runs into the 90 percentile. That group of students would be in the 40th percentile in terms of graduation from regular high school. So it's 2.5 times better because this child is doing what he or she would like to do as opposed to what we make them do.
Go back a few years and it seems like there's been a lot of talk, some might say lip service, about boosting career technical education, providing more money, different classes and things like that. What is happening now?
You had two things that took place. Certainly there was a period where there was a feeling where African American children, Latino children were being almost steered, into the career track. And so the reaction was to go too far the other way. The fact that he became a plumber wasn't bad, and the fact that you prevented him from going to college was bad. Now we've got it twisted, so now we're saying we're going to make everybody go to college, and there are a number of people who perhaps that isn't what they choose to do, and it may not be what they choose to do coming out of high school. It may take them 2 or 3 years to realize that they'd like to go, and that's okay.
So what should we do?
What we should do is offer them the opportunity to learn a career in high school or to learn college preparatory in high school and have that person make a choice so that they're comfortable doing what they'd rather do.
And expand perhaps the ROP programs?
Yes.
Right.
You have people who are working in high school, say working in an auto dealership, and they're learning that skill. They're working, with contractors. They're working in insurance brokerage agencies.
And they're also working with computers.
And working with computers, but they're getting real hands-on experience. And so for them, that might be the ticket. Many of them later decide to go to college because they now see the purpose of college in their lives as opposed to the abstract thing that we tend to do. Well, we assume that everybody gets it in high school, and they may not.
Only a couple of seconds left. Do you think we're making progress?
I think so. We're getting there. The governor's talked about it a little. We've got a few things to adjust in the budget going forward relative to ROPs and some of the other programs. But more and more industry is saying we need trained trade people.
Good point. Senator Wright, thank you very much for coming by and talking about this important issue. We appreciate it.
Thank you much.
And thanks to our viewers for watching Local Edition on Time Warner Cable. A reminder, you can see all of our interviews on YouTube, also on My Government on Demand. I'm Steve Swatt. Have a great day.